One word, just one word, and everything changed. I watched the scam happen in real time, with me on the line. And the worst part? I almost fell for it. I didn't lose money, I didn't give away information, but I understood exactly why millions of people lose billions every single year. And if you have a phone, this is about you. Look, I know what you're thinking. That wouldn't happen to me. I know how to spot a scam. I always hang up immediately. I thought the same thing until that ordinary Tuesday. Nothing special. Normal morning, normal notifications, and then my phone rang. Unknown number. Most people ignore these. I would too, but there's a reason I answer these calls on purpose. Because understanding how scams really work, not how we imagine they work, is the only real defense we have. I answered, and for the first 30 seconds, nothing suspicious. Zero. The voice on the other end was normal, calm, professional, polite, almost friendly. No robotic tone, no artificial urgency, no threats. It was just a conversation. And that's not an accident. It's psychological design. Because most people expect scams to start like this. Your account has been blocked. Transfer now or you'll be arrested. But professional scams never start that way. They start with normalcy, with courtesy, with you lowering your guard without even noticing. The first questions were simple, casual, the kind you'd answer without thinking twice. Is this you on the line? Do you have a few minutes? Can I confirm some quick information? Each question seemed harmless on its own, predictable, controlled. There was nothing that made me want to hang up, and that's intentional. Because the first goal of a modern scam isn't to steal, it's to observe, to test, to understand if you're a target worth pursuing. They don't want your money yet. They want to know, are you engaged? Are you cooperative? Will you stay on the line? And then came the question. It didn't seem different from the others, totally harmless, automatic. I didn't hesitate. I answered with one word. Yes. And in that exact second, everything changed. His tone shifted, the speed increased, the confidence went up. It was like a switch had been flipped. That single word transformed the entire dynamic of the call. And the scariest part, on the surface, nothing dramatic happened. No alarms, no obvious red flags, just a subtle shift, but calculated. Because here's what you need to understand. Scammers don't just listen to what you say, they listen to how you say it. They listen for rhythm, certainty, hesitation, submission. When you say yes, you confirm that you're engaged, that you're cooperative, that you're willing to participate, that you didn't hang up, and most importantly, that you're open to continuing. From that moment on, the script changes. The call may sound normal, but the strategy is no longer the same. You've just been categorized, marked. You've become a target worth the time investment. And this is the moment 99% of people don't notice, because nothing dramatic happened, just a silent transfer of control. And this is where it gets really dangerous. After that word, the scam usually follows one of two paths. Path one is the gradual escalation. They build trust, layer by layer. They ask for small confirmations. Just to make sure you live on X street? Is your email still this one? Do you recognize a $50 charge? Each yes takes you deeper. Each confirmation commits you further, until the big question comes. To cancel this charge, I need you to confirm the code we just sent you. And at that point, you're already so invested in the conversation that it seems easier to continue than to stop. Path 2 is the transfer. I'm going to pass you to my supervisor who can resolve this faster. And on the other end comes someone even more convincing, more trained, with a more sophisticated script, someone prepared to close the scam. This is the phase where people lose control, not because they're careless, but because they already feel involved. They stayed on the line, they answered questions, they participated in the conversation. And now, hanging up feels rude.
It feels suspicious. It feels like you are doing something wrong. This is the most powerful psychological trick, making you feel that hanging up would be inappropriate. Because once you're emotionally invested, logic becomes harder to access. It's like a toxic relationship. You know you should leave, but the longer you stay, the harder it gets. So how do you break this cycle before entering it? Here's what you need to know. Rule number 1, you owe nothing to an unknown number. Nothing. Zero. You don't need to be polite. You don't need to explain why you're hanging up. You don't need to justify anything. Rule number 2, silence is better than yes. If you answer and you're not sure, simply stay silent. Let them speak first. Let them introduce themselves completely. Company, name, reason for calling. If they can't do this clearly in the first 15 seconds, giant red flag. Rule number 3, hang up early, not late. The first 30 seconds are crucial. If something feels remotely strange, hang up. You can call back if it's legitimate. Real companies have official numbers that you can look up. Rule number 4, never confirm information they should already have. If they're calling saying they're from your bank, they should already know your full name, the last digits of your account, your registered address. If they ask you to confirm these things, it's a scam, always. Rule number 5, the reverse call test. I understand. I'll call back on the company's official number to confirm. If it's legitimate, they understand perfectly. If it's a scam, they try to stop you. No, it needs to be now. This number doesn't work for incoming calls. You'll lose this opportunity. Artificial urgency equals confirmed scam. Look, this isn't paranoia. It's statistical reality. Americans lost over $15 billion in phone scams last year alone. 1 in 3 people has already received a scam call attempt. The average length of a successful phone call? 8 minutes. You know how long we've been in this video right now? Exactly that. 8 minutes is enough time to lower your guard, build false rapport, extract critical information, and make you transfer money. Scammers know this. That's why they invest time. That's why it works. But here's the good news. Knowledge is real power. Now you know the word that changes everything, the 2 paths they use, the psychological tactics at play, and the exact protection protocol. You're no longer an easy target. You're an informed target. And professional scammers, they give up quickly on informed targets because their time is money and you just became a high-risk investment for them. Most scams don't rely on fear. They rely on familiarity, on seeming normal until the moment they're not. And when you realize it, it's usually too late. But not for you. Not anymore. Because now you recognize the signal before one word changes everything. Clear signal. Stay aware, stay protected, stay in control.